All right, it looks like, with any luck, that we are live. What's going on, everybody? It's awesome to see. We got Mike Coffee here leading the pack today, and yeah, we're ready to do some fun. Yeah, I was wondering the same thing, Chris. Who's on the grass? I think we might all be on grass right now, given the situation. But yeah, everything's looking good. We are here. I don't even remember the name of this airport. Good evening, Hans. How are you? Jim, what's going on? Chris, Mike, everybody's here. This is awesome. Let's see here. I don't even remember the name of this airport. This is Maria Montez International Airport, which sounds good to me. Let me get my outside view set up here. So, I can't tell you how happy I am to be here flying today. I have had very, very busy. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I'm on. Can anybody see me? I don't think I'm on all players. I just realized that it just hit me like a ton of bricks. And I am guessing that I am not on all players. But no, I can see there's somebody over there I can see. No, so no, as a matter of fact, I haven't flown since Sunday since we did our last group flight. So yeah, it should be good actually. Oopsie. Come on, Jocks. All right. Chris, if you turn on nameplates, does it tell you the name of the plane there? And if you don't have it, I don't think so, Chris. I think it only shows the person, like your username, you know. Um, all right, so without further ado, let's go external power supply on. We'll go rotating beacon on. We'll go mixtures and props full forward. We'll go master and battery switches on. We'll go fuel pumps on. My fuel pump switches don't work again. Fuel pumps on. Um, let's see here. Let's go fuel valves open. We go fuel valves open. Let's open the starter hood cover. Turn the mags on left. Take a look outside. See if there's anybody out there to kill or maim. And there is not. Let's crack the throttles here. Alright, good start. Oil pressure is looking good. Left engine is clear. Good start. Oil pressure is good. Mags to both. Close the starter hood cover. Let's bring the throttles back just a little bit. And let's turn the fuel pumps off. And we'll check the fuel pressures here in a second. Fuel pressures are looking good. Lean the mixtures for taxi. Avionics master coming on. Nav and strobe lights coming on. External power supply is off. Alright, let's check about 221. Am I wrong here? Is that oh, you know what, the scale, I forget the scale on this is off. Forget the scale on that is off. So I think we're pretty much ready to rumble. I have not sat in the cockpit of a virtual airplane since we flew on Sunday, which I find ridiculous. I used to fly every day. I used to fly every single day. And now between um, videos and everything else, videos and work, only one of which I like out of those two, and it's not work. between videos and work, I am. Hey, Jason, what's going on? I am not flying very much lately. And I don't know if my goal to let's release the parking brake, gauge the toe brakes. I don't know if my goal of getting my 800 hours with American Virtual Airlines is going to work before the. Oops, you don't want to kill this poor gentleman. Before the 777 comes out, which is relatively soon. I've got like. What is going on here? I've got like maybe another 35 hours I have to get. Alright, we'll go CDI. I don't know why you have to go back and forth, but you do. That's somewhat eastbound. So we'll dial that in. So. This is what you should not do, by the way, is be trying to set your plane up while you're taxiing. That was high on my instructor's list of things not to do. I won't tell you what he called that list. He had a special term for that list. I won't tell you what it is. Jason, do you see anybody? Are you completely by yourself? I'm looking for a windsock. I'm assuming it's out of the east. It always is. Alright, let me have a look here at the weather. Goofy carb heat, but a fun plane, sputter. Yeah, Mike, exactly. Alright, let's see here. Winds are QH 1013. Winds prefer runway 12. Works for me. Let's get out of Dodge. Alright, sweet. Sweet. Let's go flying. I've been looking forward to this all day. Alright, mixtures and props full 4. Let's bring down the flaps. Alright, let's make sure the runway is clear. I'm assuming I've got enough room. What the heck, why not? This looks good to me. So far, this driver's looking good. Alright, takeoff power is coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments are in the green. Airspeed's alive. 70 knots, and let's go commit aviation. Alright. Nice. Nice. Maintain runway heading. Bring the manifold pressure back, bring the props back. And 400 feet, drop the nose a little bit, bring the flaps up. So, oh, it feels so nice to be back in the airplane. It really does. What do we got to do here? 093, that works for me. So, yeah, Chris, I know I know what that's like. So I think we might have to cut the corner here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able. I'll probably be able to outclimb that. Shouldn't be too big a deal. I'm talking about the corner of this hill here. Let's go 1,000 feet AGL. We'll turn the fuel pumps off. Fuel pressures are looking good. Cruise climbing 100. Chris, you'll be able to catch us anyway. You got about 30 knots on us. So, you should be alright. Okay. Get a bit of power. So, off we are. Bob, how are you, sir? What's going on? Yeah, this is so much better than working, it really is. So, nice, nice cruise here, nice cruise climb. 100 knots, keep the engine cool. 2 reasons for cruise climb: keep the engines cool. You also, if you're climbing at like 80 knots, you can't see over you just don't have very good visibility over the top of the cowling. So get your nose down a little bit. Get some air into your air-cooled engine, and get yourself some better visibility. So, interested to see what is coming. This should be a pretty scenic flight because we're going along the coast, and then once we get into kind of the area of Santo Domingo, we should have, we've got like 6 or 7 points of interest. And I don't know if Sebastian's with us or not today, but he is from Santo Domingo, which is pretty cool. I think eastbound will go 3,500 feet. Flaps are out, fuel pumps are off. Can still hear the engines, or the props are slightly out of sync. You can hear it, which is a little bit irritating, but that's alright. Start leaning the mixtures here a little bit. I didn't turn my landing lights on. Always have your landing lights on under 10,000 feet. Hey Wilbur, what's going on? If I remember correctly, I think you said you might be in Santo Domingo today. And I think I might want to keep climbing here. I'm doing well, Wilbur. I'm psyched to be flying again. I've had such a busy last couple days since we went flying on Sunday. And really all I like doing is flying, so that's kind of a bummer, but I'm glad to be back at it today. And Wilbur, you'd catch us. We're low and slow here. And this is a beautiful view. I'm using the new driver, I forget which one it is, 55212. Something like that. It is 55222. Alright, whoopsie daisy. I'm gonna try something. I'm adding the driver to the name of our stream, and we'll see. Oh, nice, Wilbur. So you actually, yeah, that's hysterical. So I just added the name of the driver to our stream, and let's see if anybody shows up asking about the driver. So probably 5,500 feet wasn't really necessary, but that's alright. That's alright. Alright, 5,400. 50 feet below our cruise altitude. Bring some manifold pressure out. We'll bring props back a little bit. Push the nose over. Push the nose over. Add some trim. Add some more trim. Yeah, well, it's so cool that you're actually where we're flying. Ben, what's going on? Hey, Ben, I want to show you something. Look at that. So, ladies and gentlemen, Ben is the one who designed and created my beautiful Island Sim Pilot livery, which is pretty wild. Hey, Exo Toby, what's going on? Welcome aboard, good sir. And trying to get the nose down here. And you can hear those props driving me nuts. I hate it when the props are out of sync. Alright, come on. Get down there. Alright, I'll keep leaning here. Probably making some good ground speed right now. Alright, there goes the EGT, so we'll just push that in just a little bit. And now a little bit of rudder trim there. And we are on our way. Oh, yeah, this is what life is like as an Islander pilot. You watch everybody have fun while you sit here. That's a cool airplane. This is pretty beautiful, I would have to say. I don't know what you guys think. That is gorgeous, look at that. So, yeah, Bob, Ben did a really sweet job on this livery. It looks great. Hey, Enzo, what's happening? How are you? Good to see you, good sir. So I was watching the, I always have the Princess Juliana St. Martin Airport webcam on. I have multiple screens throughout my office. And I was watching that today, and I saw a couple of the. As a matter of fact, I saw the Trilander, the Anguilla Air Services Trilander, and a couple of the Victor Papa Alpha 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 was there today, Trans Anguilla. You know, I think the issue with the cones, Ben, is just from the frame gen mod. So I'll look, but I mean that is just a sweet look. It is just so cool looking. I really love it. But I'll check that. Bachman, what's going on? And D-Dog as well. How you guys doing? And Jason, I'm totally with you, man. I needed some flying today. Like, I've been so busy. I've been so busy. Not much fun. Yeah, the Trilander is weird. It's a weird looking plane. I don't know if I would. I don't know how I would feel about actually flying in it, like in real life. It's just not oddball plane. No, Ben, I didn't. I heard about it though. I heard about it on the Beeb this morning. Let's see, do we have any ground speed? 139 knots. So, nah, not too much in the way of wind. But yeah, I've never seen it in person either, Enzer. But you might see it in person pretty soon, though. You might see it in person pretty soon. You might be on it. Are you flying, Enzo? Are you flying straight into Anguilla, or are you flying to St. Martin? Oh, Jason, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. That's tough. I'll say a prayer for your boy. Hopefully he gets. Nah, you know what, Jason? I'll tell you one thing though. I mean, it might seem to him as his dreams being shattered at 18 without the perspective of a lot of years, but you know what? Phew, lots of things happen in life. He's got a lot of time ahead of him. Even if he did blow out his ACL, nice, Enzo. Where you flying into? But Jason, even if he did blow out his ACL, you know what? He's 18. He can rehab and come back from that. Quickly. American to AXA. That's exactly the one I did. And I tell you what, Enzo, those E195s they fly out of Miami, those are so comfortable. They really are. I love that E195. Really like that airplane. Yeah, Jason, I get that. I totally get that. But now it'd also be a good time, for you to impart some of your wisdom on him. Life gives you these things, and we've got a lot of time. And well, that's not true either, is it? But yeah. But those pictures are pretty wild. I'm gonna have to take a quick look. So I heard about the flood. Oh yeah, there's of course it's Dubai, so it's all like Range Rovers underwater. I have a friend who lives in Dubai right now, and he's but I haven't heard from him. Yeah, so I guess Enzo, there's two. I think there's two different versions of the E195, E175 available. One of them is supposedly pretty good. The other one's like nah. But but there's a couple different versions of it available. Wilbur, yeah, I got it's the Germany City update and the what is it? The latest local hero or whatever they call the plane. I forget. Local legend, and Mike, yeah, it's a great plane. It's a fun plane. The Islander's a cool plane. I like it. Good. One of the things I always look for in small planes is visibility, cockpit visibility, and you can't beat visibility for this with a twin. There's not too many high wing twins around. Yeah. Oh, true. Xbox might be a different story too. Yeah, that Dornier. That's a weird plane. And how do you set that up? Like, all I watched was like the first couple minutes of the stream or the video that Microsoft did on that plane, and there's like a whole bunch of different like throttles and power levers and whatnot. I don't quite know what the story is. Look at those little docks down there along the water. How cool is that? How cool is that? Huh. Neat. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, Enzo, that seems like it seems like a pretty complicated airplane. And I mean, I have no idea. I don't know anything about that plane. To me, it's something like unless you're into like quirky planes, and that was one that's on your list. It doesn't really make that much sense to me. I don't know, but Yeah, not real sure about that plane. Um, yeah, Wilbur, that's what it was. It's the it's that airplane, and then there's like a city update for Germany. So yeah. So yeah, check Volanta and see. Oh, I didn't turn Volanta on, did I? No, I did not. All right, let's get Volanta on. So it looks like let's see. Oh, we got a bunch. We got 5 planes in tows. We got tow. We got Chris. We got Jason. We got Jim. We got Sebastian, who's right behind me, and then we got me, who is probably crashing because I'm looking at Volanta. Yeah, so I was really kind of interested in some of the stuff I found out looking into that. What do you dial your fuel flap back to? Fuel fuel. Mine's right now just under 14, about 13 gallons an hour. I mean, I lean it out using the EGT. Yeah, the Wilga. I know somebody who owned a Wilga in real life. Let me tell you, whoever thought it was a good idea to have a 300 horsepower Stoll tail dragger. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you a funny story about the Wilga. Yeah, D-Dog, you'll catch us. You'll catch us. So I'll tell you a funny story about the Wilga. Um, this guy at our airfield owned one, and he's a doctor and pretty experienced pilot, and he bought this thing, and I was doing pattern work one day. I was doing touch and goes. Yeah, you can do that too, Mike. You can absolutely do that. As a matter of fact, that's much more common than the EGT. Most planes don't have the EGT. But I was doing pattern work one day in the Cherokee, and he was doing pattern work as well. Or was it the other way around? He was doing pattern work, and I was doing across country. And I was coming back, and I had just gotten to like near our field, and I got handed over to tower, and he ground looped the thing, and they had to shut down the runway. And so I had just flown like an hour and a half coming home, and he ground looped it. And even it's ridiculous because it's a 12,000 foot runway, and he ground looped it like basically right in the center point of the runway. So I mean, I could have landed, taken off, and landed again before I ever got to where he was on the runway, but they wouldn't let me land. They closed the runway, and so I had to go another 40 minutes from where I was over to Syracuse, which is a Class Charlie airport. Fly over to Syracuse and land there, and then wait it out, and then go home after they had the airport closed for like 3 hours. I could have declared a fuel emergency if I wanted to, but I didn't feel like doing that. I mean, it would I didn't have a fuel emergency, but I didn't feel like flying anymore. I wanted to go home, but so that was yeah, the Wilga, the real Wilga is a handful. I mean, it's a 300 horsepower, you know, and it's not. I mean, it's because I think because it's got such a huge prop and a big engine. It might be more than 300 horsepower. Might be more than 300 horsepower, but it's like it's on a really weird angle when you see it. Like, I mean, it's really nose high. And I mean, I don't know. I think, and he didn't fly all that much. I mean, I think if you're gonna fly tail draggers, you gotta fly them often. You know, because that's definitely a perishable skill. JJ, that's a really good question. Because somebody mentioned in the Discord that the new app was the new driver was out, and I didn't get a notification either. That is a very good question. And the other good question is, how high are the mountains around here? That's the other good question. Hopefully the answer is not very. Otherwise, this is another thing I wouldn't do in real life, by the way. But you're right about that one, JJ. Alright, it's probably worth starting a little descent here, because I don't think we're that far out. And yeah, 35 miles out, but we've got some points of interest to look at. We've got the Plaza de la Bandera. Please excuse my horrendous Spanish accent. We have the Palacio de los Portes something. Virgin? I don't know. Virgilio Travieso Soto. We have the Felix Sanchez Olympic Stadium. Gotta check that out. Exactly, Bob. There's an expression for that. There's rocks and then there, and there's rocks and then there are clouds. Let me see here. What else we got? Whoopsie. You can see my. I'm looking on a little nav map to get my points of interest, and meanwhile I'm turning. We've got the Monasterio de San Francisco, Church and Convent of Los Dominicos. So we got all kinds of stuff. And we've got the Presidential Palace, is my guess. And then we've got the Santo Domingo Este. Alright, so we've got a serious number of things to look at here. Mike, that's funny. That's a different. Yeah, JJ, people don't pay attention. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that. Like, I mean, you've got to kind of have a level of interest to sit there and listen to the whole thing, And honestly, like, the only reason I did is because I was making that video. I was like, you know what? Let me, because I just got curious about because I kind of had my own. I don't know if interpretation is the right word, but kind of like my own interpretation of what had been said already about Flight Sim 24, and I was like, you know what? Why don't you go back and instead of reading what other people said or like watching other people's videos about what was said and what wasn't said, why don't you actually watch what the developers said and see if you can glean any information from that? And I think there's actually quite a bit of information to chew on from what they said. So I have a couple more ideas coming, and I'm also way too high to see any of our points of interest, which is not good, because we're about to go, well, not quite about to go over. but right down in here, we should start getting to our points of interest. So I got to start getting, yeah, exactly, Wilbur. Exactly. And Bob, we're about to find out. We're about to find out if they have an Air Force or not. Yeah, you know what, Jason, I did too. Yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely. Yeah, I did too. I thought it was a complete overhaul, but I've learned a little bit about software design in the meantime, so it's all kind of modular. You know, they can take like entire sections and replace them. Like flight models, one section. You know, avionics is one section. You know, the aerodynamics is one section, and they can swap these sections out entirely. Yeah, I totally saw that too, JJ. I totally saw that too. But I think they gave enough information on the subtopics that there's quite a bit to glean from what they said. So I am looking forward to doing some more videos on that. I think it's an interesting topic. Alright, so now there should be like is that a river? Yeah, it's a river. Wait, you know what I hate is little nav map is always moving itself around to like to where I'm centered, and I don't want to be centered. I want to look at what I'm looking at. Alright. So the first one should be kind of like right in here. Ah, it's probably that right there. Let's see. And then right kind of at the other end of... Yes, I think right along in here we're going to see like doink, doink, doink. Right there. We're going to see a whole bunch of stuff here. Alright. But yeah, I mean, there's some really fascinating stuff that's coming. There's some really interesting stuff. I mean, the fact that basically, like, the entire world is going to be at least as good as you can see right here, and probably better. Like, you know, Africa, South America, places where there's not, and that might be some rain out there. That might be some rain out there, Wilbur. But I think it's gonna be pretty amazing. Is basically the real short story. Yeah, so here's this road coming up here. So it's gonna go right by our first point of interest there. And then go mixtures full forward here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right in here. And then, well, 7 really. 7 points of interest right in here. We'll see if we can spot them all. That's a lovely looking park. I think that's the first point of interest right there. I'm not quite sure what that is. That is the Plaza de la Bandera. Oh, Mike, have you had a loss of contact? And then what do we got here? Kind of where this grooves in here a little bit. There's a pool, look at that. Huh. So now let's see here. So there should be 2 more points of interest over here, but basically right in front of us. There's a decent chance I might hit some of our points of interest here. So let's see here. Yeah, Wilbur, exactly. That is exactly right. I'm sure all these are going to be familiar to you. 1,000 feet is good. Let's start slowing down here a little bit. I'm guessing that's one of them right there. And then there should be like 2 more off to this side. That's got to be one of them right there, that orange building. I'm going to bring some flaps in here, slow myself down a little bit. Let's go over here and take a look at this. Okay, and then there's the Olympics. Oh yeah, so look at this. So there's the first one. And then right beyond that is the Olympic Stadium, which we're about to crash into. How about that? Look at that. That's neat. And then here, let's swing back around this way. And see if we can find the other two. There's 2 more towards the water on our left-hand side. Two more. If I knew what I was looking for, it'd be really helpful, wouldn't it? But I get the feeling that they are, yeah, that they're right near the water. Exactly. I get the feeling they're right up here near the water. Let's see what we can find here. Find a boat underneath the water. And it must be right on top. Oh, that's probably it right there. That's probably it right there. Was one of them. That's probably one of them right there. I never do this very well. Low-level maneuvering. Yeah, so if I come right up this water right here, whatever the next one is, oh, I bet you no, it's not that bridge. Got my head out the window here. Ah, I missed it. Alright, so let's go for the Presidential Palace. Let's go dive bomb the Presidential Palace. Yeah, it does. D-Dog, it looks really good. It really does. Alright, I mean the haze is the weather is just awesome. It really is. I don't know, I kind of don't really know what. I mean, I know active sky is very highly regarded, but honestly, like, I just don't really see a need for a weather program in the sim. I just don't. Weather in the sim is so good. So now we're looking for the presidential palace, which I'm guessing is right. Nah, those don't look presidential, do they? There's a mall. I think we just flew past the presidential palace. Let's see if Oh, I don't really see anything that looks like a presidential palace. And then got one more, which is about right out in front of us now. The Santo Domingo Este. I don't know what that is. Let's go this way and we'll see if we find it. We're heading right for it. What? I don't know what it is, but we're heading right for it. I should have done more research on this leg. There's gotta be something right here. I have to say though, the buildings look pretty darn good. And look at this, like, haze. Looks fantastic. Alright, well, I guess now, well, geez, you know what? Now I can just make a left and land because we're literally right at the airport. Heading 030. Airport is literally like right here. Let's get that 3 on the base here. We would just come out here just a little bit. Be able to hang our left here and we'll be good. Wait a second. Oh no, see, I'm looking at this, so there's a small airport here too. I didn't realize that. Sebastian, what's going on? Okay, Sebastian. You know, I was kind of thinking that because I saw on the map that it said that there was a section of that, like it said Esta on the that area of the map, and so I kind of figured that maybe what it was that that portion of the city. And look how awesome this weather looks. And this kind of weather can be really intimidating too, especially over water. If any of you guys want to know how John F. Kennedy Jr. died, this is how. This is how. And imagine, this is what he was looking at, and then it gets dark. And as it gets dark, you know, you can't see what's going on. And that's how he bought it. Alright, I want to climb a little bit. I'm kind of heading right for the airport right now. Oh, okay, so there must be a landmass out here in front of us. And that's the thing, is you just can't see. It's just, okay. The other airport's a military airport. I gotcha. Alright, so runway 35, I think, at Las Americas is what we're going to do. At 120 at 14. So, yep, but this is literally how it happens. If you spend time looking at this for a while, and then it gets dark, and unless you're looking here, you might wind up in a spot of bother, and that's what happened to him, unfortunately. So runway. I'm almost thinking runway 17 is the way to go here. The winds are 120. Winds are 120, which means runway 17 is the way to go. So I'm gonna make myself. I think we're basically right on top of the airport. We're not on top of it, but we make a lazy swing around here to the north. Let me see. I may have lost everybody when I was doing my. Holy! Oh, Captain Hunter is on the ground. Captain Hunter is on the ground. And Mr. Bridgman is on his way towards Capital Campos. Alright. Whoopsie. That's gotta be the airport over there. Alright. Let's bring some power out. There's not a whole lot of them anymore, Mike, no. You know? Well, actually, that's not true. There's a ton of them. But, alright, hold the nose up here. And bring the power back a little bit. Alright. Come around here to a base leg, to an airport I can't see. Next notch of flaps. Oh no. Well, yeah. That works. Tell you can't. This is not exactly a VFR, is it? The answer to that question is maybe. Alright. Boy, this is scuzzy. I mean, it's just awesome. It really is just awesome. Alright, we'll go feeling for it over here, see if we can find it. Keeping an eye on the airspeed. Keeping an eye on the vertical speed. I still need to kind of drift over a little bit here. I think that might be it right there. Tell you what, this is good scud running right here. It really is. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Fuel pumps on, flaps are set, make sure the props full forward, seatbelts are secure. Uh-oh. Am I cutting somebody off? I mean, I am cutting somebody off. Just am I cutting somebody off that we know? Because if not, I feel bad. I hope that's somebody in our group. I really do. I think it is. Alright. Alright, we definitely gotta bring some power out here. Lead off some speed. I think this might be a touch and go. This might be a touch and go. And if I can get off. Yeah, it's gonna be touch and go because otherwise we're gonna see if we can do a decent crosswind landing here. Power's out. Bring the nose up. A little bit of right rudder. Not bad. Not too bad. And mixtures and props full forward. Let's check our trim. Trim's not too bad. And power in. Whoopsie. Boy, this thing is dancing. This is a nasty looking thing. Oh, look at this. Alright, 90 knots. This is some nasty looking weather. I love it. I love it. What's our next airport called again? Or what's our next, what is it? MDLR. Whoopsie. This might be IFR here pretty soon. Flaps coming up. This is IFR, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, what is it again? MD what? MDLR. Make a left turn out here. The weather's awesome, isn't it, Sebastian? I mean, the weather looks really, really good. Let's go direct. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go direct. MDL. What did I say? MDLR. Yeah, about eastbound should do us, right? Keeping an eye on the attitude indicator. Make sure we keep us right side up here. Right. Okay. And I don't know how high any of the terrain is between us. That's not good. Because some of this terrain was high down here. So let me open up. When in doubt, climb. Nobody has ever hit the sky. Alright, it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to level off at 3,000, assuming that that we are okay at 3,000. Let's see, IFR low. What is it? Oh, nope. 4,000 is the. All right. The waypoint or the MEA here is no mountains ECI. Okay. The MEA here is 4,000, so we're gonna go 4,000. And thank you, Sebastian, for that. Yeah, this is what IFR flying is like, dude. It's in small planes. It is adventurous. I wish I had a GPS that I could actually use, because if I did, alright, because if I did, then it must be a huge updraft, because we're basically in a nose down attitude and we're still climbing. Come on, get down there. So, one thing that can happen if you get in a big updraft and you're shoving the nose forward to try to prevent yourself from climbing, you can get up into the caution range, the yellow arc, very quickly. So you gotta kind of pay attention. Alright. Come on. Alright, so we're looking alright. We're doing alright. I wish I had a GTN, then I could potentially fly the approach if I had to. I have no idea how to set this thing up for the approach. No idea. Could look at Navigraph though. Alright. Let's look at some charts here. Approach charts. Does it have an ILS? It does not. Which is too bad. Alright. What do we got for power settings here? So, that was fun. Can't get back in the sim at all. Hey Sebastian, sorry about that. That stinks. Alright, let me see here. Nah, we're not flying a VOR approach. What's the minimums on the VFR? 780. 116.2, we can do that. Let's see here. I don't really need the plane oscillating right now, but that's what it's going to do. Whoop! There we go. Good. And that must have been Chris that I cut off, so I don't feel so bad now. What was I looking for? 116.2. 116.2. Let's see if we can fly a VOR approach. 116.2. Yes. And what runway is this? This is runway 11. Is that a DLME? It must be 116.2. No. Come on. Why are you doing this to me? Why isn't it not working? Alright, let's see here. 3,600. 29.9 miles. So we use that for our DME. So at 12 miles, hey, settle down there. We are way, this is not, don't follow this as an example of how to fly IFR. Come on, nose down. You can see that speed creeping up towards the yellow, so I'm gonna pull some power out here. And I am trying to come back right. Come on. Alright. Yeah, see, we're way up into the yellow arc right now. I don't like that. Come on. Alright, 106 is the final approach course. Get back into the green here. Don't want to do that either. Whoopsie. That's somewhat distracting. Alright. Now let's get ourselves settled here. Yeah, this is some good weather right here. I mean, this is not pretty flying, but it's getting the job done at least. For right now. Got another 12 miles before we start having to worry about picking up the localizer. Not liking that. Alright, there we go. Alright, that's much better. Much better. Yeah, definitely some crazy downdrafts, or some crazy updrafts in there, rather. Wilbur, I understand, man. I totally understand. Alright, so now let's get ourselves settled. Huh. That's some pretty cool weather there for a little bit. Not a real good demonstration of IFR flying, but trying to get the there we go, back on course. Trying to get the DME turned on. He's set up, and that's not working. Not sure why. Bring these up a bit. Alright. So, looking for about 12 miles at 3,600 feet. Tadkey intersection. No, come on. Tadkey intersection, we can come down a little bit. This should be okay for a VOR approach. We should be able to get in. My fuel pump's on, burning out my fuel pumps. I'm just going to leave them on at this point. Alright. Now let's see here. We're gonna go localizer. We're gonna go 106. We're gonna go 106, so we're pretty well far left of the localizer, or right of the localizer. So we'll come back around this way. And we can start bringing some power out because I don't mind slowing down a little bit. So we want heading a 106 inbound, minimums are 780. 3600 at Dulpe intersection, which is D. That's gonna be it right there, I'm sure. No, it's not. Good thing I was sure. 30-degree intercept is good. Alright. Alright, that's coming in now, so then we'll bring it back to heading of 106. That's not a 30-degree intercept, you bonehead. That is a 45-degree intercept. That's alright. I just don't understand why the DME won't come in, but that's okay. Let's see altimeter over here. Uh, 050 at 6 knots. Altimeter is 1013, so we're good. Still coming in on the. Nah, don't get testy now. Alright, 3600. Hold a heading of 110 so that we can. We got that wind out of the right, it looks like. So, 090, let's hold 090. After 12 miles, which is now, we can drop down to 1900 feet. So, chop and drop. Dive and drive. I'm trying to get this centered, which it's not. So I come down to 1900 feet, and I think I ought to do that a little quicker than I am. So, and we are getting further off the course as opposed to closer to it. Which means we've got a good wind out of the right. So coming down to 1900 for D5.8. So no, this is not how you would really do this. But if you had to, you could. Fuel pumps are on. See, this is what's annoying. It won't descend, then all of a sudden it drops out of the sky. Alright, a little more power out so I can get some flaps in here. Alright, there's 115. Go first notch of flaps. Alright, D5.8, I got another 1.8 miles to go. Needle's starting to come in. I kind of hope the weather stays a little soupy until I get in closer. Why am I climbing? Come on. It's ridiculous. Another mile to go. And I'm 1,600 feet high. Alright, we're just gonna pull the power out here. Come on, weather, stay soupy so I can have some IFR fun here. I'm way high. Ah, there's the field right there. Darn, I was hoping to kind of fly an approach. So D2.3 is the mist. 780 feet. Alright, well, it was fun there for a little bit. I am way high. Way high. Get the nose up. Last bit of flaps. Now we can make it. Alright, we'll go mixtures of props full forward. Few pumps are on. Flaps are set. Yeah, Buckman. I was hoping for some good. I was hoping for a decent IFR approach, but that's all right. It was still pretty fun flying. Do have to say that I do have to brush up a little bit on those hand flying skills. That wasn't too crisp. The old hand flying there. D2.3 at 780 is my missed approach point. So this is about where you'd break out. This is right where you would break out on the VOR approach. Then you've either got the field in sight or you don't. Alright, mixtures props full forward, few pumps on, flaps are set, seatbelts are secure. Alright, let's see if we can make this a decent landing here. Bring in some power until I get 2 whites, 2 red. We definitely have a left crosswind. There we go. Alright. Let's see what we got here. A pretty decent landing in Santo Domingo. Little too much energy here. Little too much energy. That's alright. It can dissipate quickly. Oopsie. Alright. Here we go. Power coming out. Get on center line. Power coming out. Power coming out. Power is all the way out. There we go. That's not too bad. Not too good either. And I've got a different I've got a different airport than you guys. A different scenery than you guys. Let's bring it in. That wasn't too bad. It wasn't too good. It was alright. Roll fuel pumps off. Run over some taxiway lights here. I'll swing it around this way. I've got the payware for this. I bought this ages ago. I think I flew in here once. Oh, I was gonna. Oh, you guys were just watching me land. Now I get it. I was turning around to line up with you guys. I just realized you were just watching me land. And there we go. Yeah, the landing wasn't too bad, but it wasn't great either. General aviation straight ahead. That is us. Oh, nice. Wilbur's with us. Alright, we gotta get... Hold on. I gotta put on the brakes here. I'm gonna swing around to the right so we'll see Wilbur land. I'm just gonna park right here in the middle of the taxiway. Because what difference does it make? Alright. Mixtures to idle, throttles idle. Cut off. Parking brake is set. Turn the lights off. Turn the mags off before you turn the avionics master off. Avionics master coming off. We'll go boarding steps and chocks. Come on, chocks. There we go. Let's open up. And now let's see if we see Wilbur coming in here. Oh, there we go. I think that's him right there, no? Let me look on. Let me look on. Let's see who we got here. We got Jim is with us. We got Jason here. And we got me. Where is Wilbur? Ah, okay, I see Wilbur. Wilbur's got a little bit to go yet. But in the meantime, we got a few minutes here. Oh, Chris, I'm sorry to hear that. Seems like everybody crashed today. I don't know if it's a, I don't know if there's like a thing going on with the sim today. It's weird. You know, it's interesting because we all kind of just got this update, and it seems like half the people we flew with today crashed. So, but I will keep an eye out for Wilbur here. It's Captain Hunter. So that was kind of a cool flight. I like the yeah, Wilbur. I just noticed that you're where you are in Valenta. That was a pretty cool flight, though. I like I really like the weather in Santo Domingo. I mean, and even just look at this. I mean, that's my thing about active sky. Like, the sky's pretty active, and like the clouds looked awesome. I mean, they really look good. So I'm not quite sure what. Hey, Jason, best of luck with that. Okay, let us know how everything goes. Um, so I'm really not quite sure what we need out of active sky that we're not getting. I mean, when I was using Real Environment X, I was using it because we weren't getting any real. There was no weather between the islands. There was only weather over islands, over top of islands, and so it served a purpose at that time. But I mean, right now, I don't quite know what our need might be. I mean, if you go back and you go back and watch the kind of the portion where we were flying around. Um, oh, so Buckman, that's you. Nice. It's a cool plane. I like the DC-3. Just don't like it enough that I really want to learn it. Um, but yeah, if you look at the weather when we were going into Santo Domingo, I mean that weather was just awesome. Yep, I totally agree, Sebastian. I totally agree. Ah, okay, cool. Nice, nice, nice. Check out my. I don't know if Ben's still here, but that livery looks great. Um, so we got another friend request here. Nice. And Captain Hunter is making his way over. So, so I have to say this is a pretty successful flight today. It was a pretty adventurous flight today. Good stuff. So, yeah, I mean the new driver seemed to work quite well. That's a nice looking livery. It really is. It really is. Got a little ways to go here before Captain Hunter gets here. Um, it's like he's lining up for the runway 11. Yeah, Jim, this was a great flight. I have to. Yeah, Hans, I totally agree. I totally agree. We need, but they said the 30th is their target date now, so it's going to be a little bit. Hey, D Dog, I'm definitely ready to give the 18 another chance. I haven't had literally this is the first time I flew since we flew on Sunday. And like honestly, I usually fly every day. I mean, prior to uh, prior to all the YouTube stuff, I used to fly every day, and yeah, I just haven't flown much, and I didn't really even get a chance to look into what happened with the D18 the other day. I don't think. Oh, is it Flying Buffalo? I don't know which one that is. I mean that's a pretty nice looking livery, I think. Buckman, I think that looks pretty darn good myself. You know. All right, Captain Hunter's lining up. Captain Hunter's lining up. What I should do is see if I can move up there in my with my joystick and see if I can catch Captain Hunter coming in. So, yeah, exactly, Chris. So next up is going to be. I think we're going to skip Punta Cana because we saw that already. It'd be kind of nice to tie the knot, to finish it up. But Mona Airport on Mona Island, we're going to do that for sure. And there is a scenery for Mona Airport. I don't know if you guys knew that, which is really pretty cool. Oh, Buffalo Race from the TV show, yeah. Um, So next time out, we're gonna do, yeah, I would say Mona Airport and then on to Ponce in Puerto Rico is gonna be the way to go. Where's Captain Hunter here? He's on the way in. He's on the way in. So, oh well, we'll see. We'll see what Wilbur. I'll tell you in a minute. But this is a good flight today. This is fun. Let's see here. I got. I need 27 more subscribers to get to 7,000. Which, considering that about 5 months ago I had 700, is pretty wild. Pretty wild. So I'm just seeing a comment there. Somebody was looking for significant weather improvements in flights in 2024. I don't know how you can get significantly better than this. Hey, Hans, thank you so much for the flight. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Like I always say, if it wasn't for you guys, I'd just be sitting here talking to myself, you know. So thank you, appreciate it, and good to see you. Um, oh, the Electra 10 is a cool plane too, Buckman. I never thought. I don't know why I never thought about that. That is another cool plane. That's a really cool plane, actually. Is that the what's her name? Amelia Earhart plane? That is sweet. I totally forgot about that airplane. How much is that bad boy? $32. Holy cow. It's a nice looking airplane though. That really is a nice looking airplane. Huh. That's one I'd have to think about. Fuck man, that's a sweet plane. So we got Wilbur is on relatively short final, maybe 3 miles, if I had to guess. But that Electra is gorgeous. It's got steering wheels for crying out loud. Literally has a steering wheel. What a cool airplane. Alright, where's Wilbur? Wilbur is short final. Alright, let me see here. See if I can see him. Can't move my head, otherwise we're gonna lose him. I hope we see him. Captain Hunter, where are you? Nah, he's already down, so I must not be able to see him. Hmm, that stinks, Wilbur. Sorry. Huh. Sorry, Wilbur, I can't see you, brother. But I hope you had a good landing. Um, all right, gentlemen. Captain Hunter is down safe. So, I'm gonna aim for doing this Friday again. Like, oh wait, is that Wilbur right there? No, I keep getting mixed up by the I keep getting mixed up by the sun coming through the trees there. So I'm gonna aim for doing this again on Friday, like 4 o'clock. That's what I'd really like to do, and we can hop over to Puerto Rico. It should be a nice flight. But guys, as always, I appreciate everybody showing up and joining me. I really appreciate it. It's good to see everybody. Um, and I gotta hop off and go pick up Mrs. Island Sim Pilot. My coffee has arrived. You must not be on Valanta because I didn't see you. Um, Good, Wilbur. Nice, nice, nice. So, gents, I'm gonna let you guys go. I gotta head out and go pick up. Hey, Wilbur, of course, dude. And I gotta go pick up Mrs. Islandson Pilot from work around the corner. And oh, thanks, T Dog. I appreciate that. And you guys are awesome. I really had a fun time today. I needed this. I needed some flying time, some time to relax a little bit. So I appreciate it, guys. Oh, whoa! Did you see that? Who is that? Hey, Bob. Did you guys see that? That was wild. Who was that? That was pretty cool. Just the scenery of it was great because the timing of it was like perfect. I'm just looking. I think we're getting buzzed in a Ford Tri-Motor. Um, yeah, that was a good time. All right, gentlemen, you guys all be well. And look at this. Check this out. This is either going to end in disaster. Or it's going to be a really cool flyby. One of the two. Uh-oh. All right, gents, I gotta go. She's calling me. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye bye.